What's going on, good people? I believe my stream is live. I'm actually trying to sit here and wait for it to come up on my computer so I can double check and be sure, and prayerfully I have set this thing to do not disturb. Please forgive my entire look here. I have a lot going on. We are just back from the 2020 Team No Limit boot camp, and I am whoop-beat tired. So the drive was actually amazing. An amazing drive, and please excuse my background as well. The kids are out there preparing Sunday dinner. We're just getting back. Things are a little bit crazy, but I have Julian in the kitchen preparing Sunday dinner. So we're having spaghetti tonight. So he's in there frying up the ground turkey and getting that ready to go. And I knew I needed to come on here and go ahead and go live and give you guys this information. So again, forgive my attire, forgive my hair, forgive my extremely tired looking eyes. I am whoop beat and tired, and I have a world of stuff going on right now. But I did not want to miss the opportunity to come on and talk about this Living the Shift 2020 Team No Limit Boot Camp. It was mind-blowing. It's been a minute since I've been touched in this capacity. It's been a minute since I've been touched in this capacity, and to be able to get there and have such an amazing time, I promise you guys, it was amazing. So I'm sitting here on the MacBook right here looking at my notes as well, just trying to decide where I want to start. What's going on, DeAndre? So I just wanted to just jump right into it. So again, forgive my look, forgive the hair, forgive the natural tiredness, forgive all of that. I just wanted to get you guys this information. So this past Saturday and today, we rode down to Charlotte. My kids and I, my youth lifestyle trainees and I, rode down to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we were able to hobnob, as they would say, but we were able to bump shoulders and rub elbows with the country's, what I think he's the country's number 4 tax authority. He is an enrolled agent with the IRS. He is an amazing coach, and he is the top earner inside of our company. And we were able to sit with him and our entire team of friends and family and learn some really good information. Okay, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys. So it was the 2020 Team No Limit Boot Camp. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and have a look at my timeline and you'll get to see it all. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was a lot of the information that we learned, and a lot of the information that people just don't know. So people are faced right now with some really crazy challenges. Me, myself, the economy is crazy. You all know I'm in North Carolina, so the weather is crazy. You leave needing a jacket by midday. You need a t-shirt on before you get home in the afternoon. You probably need a light sweater, and before night falls, you pretty much need to be under a sleeping blanket or something like that. So come back, sweetie, I'm live. And so it's just crazy here in North Carolina. So just take that and multiply it quadruple or quintuple times what's going on in the government alone, and you would be able to understand just how crazy things are right now. So again, forgive the look. I am extremely tired. We are just in from Charlotte, but I did not want to miss the opportunity to give you guys this information. So we spent yesterday, and I'm looking at my notes here again. So we spent yesterday going through some really good information for day 1 of our Team No Limit Boot Camp. And the first thing that we covered, which most people, when they're doing, boot camps and presentations, you have to come on, spiffied up. We came in a very casual atmosphere. We got an opportunity to come and sit down and really just go in on information that we all need with regards to, number 1, how to generate income, how to make money, how to create revenue, how to beat the banks, how to deal with the economy the way it is right now. And because a lot of people are struggling and suffering, it's very difficult for them to accept or receive information that they need. Everybody needs this information. Okay. What's going on, Elva? What's going on, Cassie? So good to see both of you. Everybody needs this information. Okay. So while I'm hopping on here looking all kinds of ways, I just didn't want to let another night go through without talking about the information from this boot camp. Okay. And we talked about just real world situation and what's going on right now with the economy. A lot of people don't realize, but when we had that whole Trump debacle where he switched up that W-4 in 2018, okay? He switched it up in 2018, and when it was time for W-2s to go out at the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019, and again this year, W-2s are going out right now, and people are going to be sadly, sorely, and severely upset and disappointed, because if you don't know it, or if you haven't been told yet that there are things that you need to change on your W-4, you're going to be upset. Mainly because when that shift happened, people automatically had an income shift. And if you don't know what that is, type in what is income shifting and I will let you know. But people didn't even realize the income shift that happened on their job, and they were losing. They were losing right out the gate with regards to taxes because of the shift that happened. It was an automatic shift that happened on the job, but then people did not update their W-4s, and that caused them to lose a lot of money and ended up having to owe and pay. And that's because they didn't know. So even beyond that, right now, we're in 2020, and if you have not updated your W-4, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. You must update your W-4. You must look at it. It is a completely different form. It is a completely new form. And those old days of people going, I'll just fill out 6 or 10, or it's 2 people in my household or 4 people in my household. I'll just fill out a number, and then before halfway through the year, I'll flip it back. Those days are gone. And if you're still doing that, you are in for a sore, rude awakening. The W-4, what's going on, Philip? What's going on, Taniki? The W-4 has changed, and it is no longer based on allowances. Okay, so if you have not had the opportunity to update your W-4, you need to do it with the quickness, like yesterday, like way before yesterday. Okay, because if not, you're going to be severely impacted by a lot of the changes that you thought you were benefiting from back in 2018 and 2019. We're in 2020, and it is a completely new form, totally different and changed. So that's the number one thing that I need for you guys to receive. If you don't receive anything else on how or what I was able to glean from this 2020 boot camp, you must make that change. You must update your W-4, because if not, you're going to be severely impacted and you're going to be fire red mad. Okay, so that's one of the things that we didn't even get too deep over into. We didn't even get too deep over into that information at the boot camp, but that's where I wanted to start with you guys. Okay, so and additionally, and I'm looking at my notes if you keep seeing me looking down. Additionally, we determined why were we here? What was the reason for us even coming to the boot camp? And you need to understand, if you're going to attend a meeting, if you're going to attend an event, if you're going to show up at a friend's house to hear some information, if you're going to show up on a webinar, if you're going to show up on a live, determine why you're showing up on that live. Determine before you even click the button. You know how when you're scrolling your timeline and you see that a person is live, but it doesn't start playing automatically? Why are you going to hit play to hear? What is that, the posture of that individual? Or what is it you think that individual is saying to make you determine whether or not you're going to hit play and listen to them? Determine why you're getting ready to invest time, because time is one thing we absolutely cannot get back. So before you even invest a second hitting that play button and listening to an individual, determine why. So I'm hoping the way that I have titled this helps you make a decision that you want to click the play button, and that you're interested in listening to this information and understanding what did I get from the 2020 Team No Limit Bootcamp. Okay, I determined I need to know why I'm spending my time doing anything. Okay, He also asked, what were we looking to get from the meeting? So for me, because I'm a creative, I was looking to get pruned. I was looking to get pulled down from my creative nature to get some structure. So I literally can learn how to duplicate that, because everybody's not a creative like me. Everybody doesn't design off the cuff. Everybody doesn't take a blank slate like this and create a mural. You know, everybody's not like that. And I have team members who may simply want to, i.e., get information and duplicate the information that they get. And hold one second, guys, because I do realize I did not share this over to my business page. And I apologize for that. Let me stop one hot second and let me get this shared over to my business page, because I just realized that I did not do that, and I definitely meant to. So before, again, you determine if you're going to invest time doing anything, you want to ensure that you know why you're there and what you are there and what you expect to get from it. So that was one of the things that he determined, why we were there and what we were looking to get from it. And pretty much I determined that I was there because I knew I needed to be there. I needed to be amongst people who were like-minded. I knew that I needed to figure out how I was going to make a difference this time. And in case I haven't introduced myself, I do apologize. Let me back up. Hey guys, my name is Martina Britt Yelverton. I am a brand master. I'm an income strategist, and I'm also a cash flow queen. I'm a youth lifestyle training founder. I am an ambassador with the city of Nightdale, and I am also an online review tool educator, where I help people understand why they need to get found on Google, get reviews, and expand their territory, thereby increasing their revenue. So that is my spiel. And so me knowing that I have spent 3 to 7, and I'll explain that in a minute, I have spent 3 to 7 years in this particular field of study, 3.5, almost 4 years dealing with financial education and financial empowerment, and beyond that, an additional 3 years in the network marketing or MLM industry. I knew that there was a network of people who you need to rub elbows with, bump shoulders with, and ensure that you're getting their information and they're getting your information so that you can all learn from each other. That much I knew. Have been successful in this arena doing the networking, doing the business meeting, the presentations, getting all of that. But because I'm a creative, I was busy creating things and reinventing a wheel. And I determined this time in 2020 going forward that I didn't want to do that. I wanted to learn what the system was, what the software is, what the strategies were, and then make it so that anybody that works with me can duplicate it and they can be successful. And so that was why I was there, to expand my exposure and to learn how not to duplicate the wheel. What did I look to get? I looked to get some structure so that I could create something that was duplicatable, so my team and I could all generate revenue. Easy peasy, right? So the first thing that I got from giving up that information was, if your actions don't line up with your goal, then you're not going to make any money. Point blank, okay? And if you don't create or make an action, if it does not line up with your goal. So don't do it if it doesn't line up with your goals. What's going on, Angel? I haven't seen you in a minute, my friend. If it doesn't line up with your actions or your goal, don't do it. That's another thing that I learned. And even Angel will tell you, I preached that for quite some time, but again, to hear it repeated again, it was like, aha, yet again, if it, like I say, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. So if it's not aligning up with your goal, and if it's not, something that you have written down as a purpose or a plan or a project to create or produce profits, then don't do it. So that was great to hear. Then we ended up talking and listening to and booming more. And she talked about shifting your mind. Mind blowing. She talked about mindset and knowing thyself, affirmations and your thought process and your thinking, visualization, beliefs, all kinds of stuff she gave us. Then we ended up hearing from Jeff Trills. He is a severely amazing leadership type of person who is very down to earth, very humble, but extremely knowledgeable about our industry as well. He gave us some amazing prospecting tips. He gave us some information on just how to be genuine and real. And again, If it does not line up with your goals or your actions, don't do it. Don't chase anybody. Give them the information and let it be done. So that was extremely good to hear as well. And when I say a lot of information from him, I'm not even going to go through all that. You should have been there. But he gave us some really great information, and he gave us homework. So we did not think we were going to go to a boot camp and not have homework. We had homework. So he gave us homework. Then we heard from, like I said, I think he's the number 3 or 4 tax guru in all of these United States. Mr. Terrence A. Hawkins, EA, enrolled agent himself, gave us information on peaking and passing, mastering edification, and he brought the fire with the presentation, i.e., which is what I'm going to talk about now. So he talked about how to give some amazing information out to people who don't realize they need it. Okay, so let me put my notes down just for a moment and just be really, really transparent with you guys. Right now, we live in a world where people are struggling. All of us are struggling with some challenges, and we don't realize if we work a job and we don't make certain changes because of programming that we are going to lose. So a lot of people don't realize just how bad they're losing with regards to their job. We don't bash a job. We're not interested in bashing a job. There is absolutely no way you would literally get anywhere positive creating something negative. So we don't bash the jobs. We tell you to use that job to your advantage. And listening to our tax professional, our guru, our very humble top earner tell us that people don't know how badly they're struggling because they don't realize how much money they're losing. So if you don't know it, when you work a job, you actually get paid. But before you get paid, the government gets paid. And if you don't realize and recognize that and try to put some form of control over how much money the government is getting paid before you get paid, you are losing, right? The government never worked with you. You didn't look over in the cubicle beside you and see good old Uncle Sam sitting there, did you? No, but he gets paid before you. And believe it or not, you actually have some control over that. People who work an everyday job do not realize they actually have some control over that. Again, as I started, if you have not paid attention to the shifts that had happened on the W-4, you are losing. So one of the main things that people don't realize is the government is taking 1/3. 1/3. Y'all know 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 is one whole. So the government is taking 1/3 of your money before you ever see it. And it's called taxes. And if you don't realize that, you are losing. So some of you are looking like there's nothing I can do about that. Federal government, I'm not going to jail. My name is not Lauren Hill. My name is not Mr. Biggs. My name is not, I believe, Willie Nelson. That's not going to be me, right? So you don't do anything about your tax burden. You don't realize that you actually have some control in that. If you were to read the document, it tells you you are responsible for telling the government how much money to keep. And if you don't read it or you don't understand it, I have a system that will allow experts to read that information for you and let you know the proper way that you should be completing that W-4. Hello. If I'm not mistaken, most people who work out don't just go to a gym, pick up weights, and work out and think that it's going to, immediately overhaul their body. No, they have what? They have a workout partner. They have a coach. They have, someone that can help them do the exercises the right way, get in the right shape, eat the right food. You have people who go to a dietitian, who go to a nutritionist. You don't do all of your funds yourself. Some of you have what? You have an investment person. You have a broker. When you go to buy a house, you don't go buy a house yourself. You have what? A realtor. You don't do your own taxes, or you shouldn't. You have a CPA or a tax professional. So why wouldn't you put experts in between you and your main problem, which is your money? Put an expert in place. Let that expert help you understand that W-4, filling it out correctly, and putting yourself back in control of what? Your taxes. The number one stealer. When that happens, Now you are in control of your money, right? Now you are in control of your taxes. You're able to lower your federal taxes. This annoys me when my internet does this, and I'm not going to take it off my Wi-Fi, because when I take it off my Wi-Fi, it may kick me off altogether, so I do apologize. But people don't realize that they're losing a third of their income due to taxes. There's a federal tax, there's a state tax, there's property taxes, there's sales taxes, there's ad valorem taxes, there are capital gains, there are taxes, period. And if you don't realize it, you are going to lose. So, because that is a challenge, you need to have an expert in between you and your money to help you get that form filled out correctly so you can keep as much or as many of your allowances, certificates, whatever the new terminology is, in your pocket. Now, question, did you know that taxes cause debt? And if you don't believe me, this is how. You accumulate debt because if the government didn't take theirs first, you would have it. And there is this cliche that's going around. If a person were able to have anywhere from $200 to $500 more back in their paycheck, it would literally save their house from foreclosure. It would keep them from going into bankruptcy. Things like that. And believe it or not, if you had all that money that's being snatched out of your paycheck to taxes, you could probably save your house. You could probably eat. You could probably go to work with a tank full of gas, right? There are different things that you literally would be able to do because you would have more money back in your check. But because you don't, you float it on credit. And because you float it on credit, now you have interest payments. Now you have credit card payments. Taxes cause debt. And when you don't have that money in your check, you float it on credit. Not good. But believe it or not, the government already knew it. Do you know how I can say the government already knew it? Because when you applied for that loan for your home, your mortgage, they took your gross, not your net. So that should already tell you they already knew you don't have the money. How do they know you don't have the money? Because your gross $1,000, you only bring home 2/3 of that. Let's look at it in that capacity, because even though you qualify to get paid $1,000, taxes come out of that, but they base that payment on the full $1,000. Right off jump, you don't have the money. Hello. So taxes cause debt, and you end up giving another third of your money away to credit cards, auto loans, personal loans, mortgages, student loans. Yay. So that's 2/3 of your money already gone, right? Let me give you the last one to kick you in the gut. Every single month you end up spending money out on things that you aren't even aware that you're spending money on, okay? So we just came out of the holiday season, did we not? And in that holiday season, not sure if you guys were paying attention to how devastating Thanksgiving and November really is. And I'm flipping to an area here in my notes because I want to make sure I say this so that you all get it, okay? Big business is coming for your last 1/3, whether you realize it or not, okay? They're coming from for your last 1/3, no matter your age. We have seniors that get paid their Social Security money on a specific day. And if you haven't noticed, that is the exact same day of the week that they run percentages off for seniors. They're coming for your last bit of money, and they're coming for it every single month. Every single month there is a holiday for you to participate in, whether you choose to or not, because there's this thing called peer pressure. At Thanksgiving time, you barely even finish your food before you're out dealing with Brown Thursday, right? If not, you wake up early on Black Friday. If not, if you aren't out spending on Saturday for the small business trying to catch the sales or whatever, you end up going over to Cyber Monday. Behind Cyber Monday, you end up at the end of the year with Christmas. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or after Christmas specials, sales, right? Beginning of the year, New Year's Day. February, don't get your boo something. March, you end up doing spring break with schools or things like that. In April, you have Easter. May, you got Mother's Day. Mess around, don't get your mama something. Father's Day, 4th of July, back to school, Labor Day. Y'all know the months. All year long, every single month, big business is coming for you. Now, let me show you this. Now, even if you choose not to participate in big business, didn't some birthdays come along? Didn't some baby showers come along? Didn't some anniversaries come along? Mess around and not participate. Mess around and not participate in a birthday gift, a baby shower, a graduation. Every single month there's lose this last 1/3 of your money. It is what it is. Facts, okay? Even beyond that, now that you've lost 1/3 in taxes, you lost 1/3 due to debt and credit cards. Let's see if we can get my internet stable, because I'm looking. I apologize. I tell you, the devil don't want me to get this out, but guess what? I'm going to get it out. Even though you lose 1/3 to taxes, you lose 1/3 to credit and debt, you lose 1/3 to big business, believe it or not, that's all your money. But they're still coming. And I don't mean they're still coming specifically. You know how they're still coming? They're still coming because each and every year, what happens? The cost of living goes up. So if the cost of living goes up, the price of food goes up, the price of gas goes up, and your paycheck does not, you are still behind. You are not making more money. You are behind. That's inflation. A good coach of mine likes to explain it like this, because this is really the best place that you can see inflation. When you're standing there pumping gas, what is the top one doing? The top one is your money, and it's going click, 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 while the bottom number is your actual gas that's going in your vehicle is going click, click, click. That's inflation. The top is the cost of goods and services and living every day going up. The bottom is your paycheck staying the same. Hello, inflation. So, in closing, if you don't understand the point that I'm trying to get you to make, if you don't figure out a way to generate money beyond your paycheck, you will continue to lose. My name is Martina Britt Yelverton, and I have a solution. These are the 4 challenges. I'm going to be live every single day, helping you guys understand the 4, 3, 2, and the 1. The 1 is what you want to get to. So I've given you 4 challenges today. And if you don't believe me, sorry, I'm just telling you the truth. Don't shoot the messenger. 4 challenges, or you lose 1/3 of your money to taxes. I'm going to repeat it again. You lose 1/3 of your money to debt and credit, and taxes cause debt because you then float that money that the government took for you on credit. And with credit, you pay higher interest rates, because if you had your money in the first place, you would not have to use credit. Number 3, big business, because you're going to participate every single month anyway. And with the cost of goods and services going up and your paycheck staying the same, you absolutely cannot get ahead. You have to have money coming from somewhere in addition to your job. Okay? So somebody has to work. I'm just trying to help you see that it doesn't always have to be you. My name is Martina Britt Yelverton. I hope you have been able to glean something from this. This is information that I have been sharing for years. I have known about this information for the last almost 4 years, and I've been talking to you guys about it, and a lot of you have not been hearing it, but I'm hoping that now I'm delivering it in a more consistent fashion, that you guys will hear it at some point, that you will receive it at some point, that you will go and get your W-4 and try to use some allowances now. You can't, because they don't even use allowances on the W-4 anymore. Hello? So guys, take this information seriously, right? Get in contact with me. Ask me questions. I can help you understand how you need to have a shift. We were living in the shift. We had a 2020 Team No Limit boot camp. I'm going to be on all week long giving you information that we actually learn to help people understand. You're faced with 4 financial challenges right now. Tomorrow, I may talk about the 3 solutions. Hit me in my inbox if you need more information. My name is Martina Britt Yelverton. I look to help you shift your mindset so then you can shift your money. I'll talk to you guys soon.